Hello everyone, welcome to, hopefully, what you can see here is a slightly new studio for the vidIQ live streams. Now, I will preface this by saying this is a test on the new layout. Things may go wrong on this, and I do apologize if they do. I'm setting this up from scratch, so hopefully it will look good when I have a chance to tweak it a bit more. But here's the test run. You are my guinea pig, so please do let me know how well this goes. If the audio is a little low, I do apologize. I haven't quite fixed that yet. I don't know why it's a bit low, but hopefully it shouldn't cause too many issues. But I can see now that we have 48 people joining the stream as we go live. So here we are. Not the Tuesday channel review live stream, but the Monday channel review live stream, because I am on a travel day tomorrow. I'm heading out to Palm Springs for a conference, and I'm there all week, but I didn't want to let you guys and girls down without doing a channel review live stream this week, so we just bumped it on to Monday, where I can take a look at some of your channels and help you with a bit of advice, and hopefully you can take advice from all of the people putting in wonderful chat comments, and that is how we pick channels to review here on the live stream. Your contribution to this conversation will be very much greatly appreciated, and the moderators, as usual, the Doberman guy, will be taking a look at your the stuff. And yeah, well, that's working, the awesome super chat thing. So thank you, Tom Tech, for the super chat there. Very much appreciated, and you may see more alerts appearing there a little later on as the channel reviews move into their normal flow. So, ground rules as usual. Channels picked for the live stream are based on your contribution to the live stream, whether it be through this particular one or through previous live streams that you contributed to and chats. And I always try and keep the contributions I always try and keep the channels as diverse as possible. I'm never quite sure what's appearing on each of these channel reviews. Like last time we had quite a lot of gaming channels, but before we've had all sorts of channels to review. So there's a good mix, and you can apply many of the fundamentals that I offer in my suggestions to any channel, and of course any suggestions that you provide us with on the live stream. Any inappropriate content, unfortunately, we can't cover here. YouTube may allow it, but we can't allow that on the vidIQ, since I'm never quite sure what sort of audience is going to be watching my content. So yeah, if it has any graphical or audio inappropriateness, then I may have to stop the review right there. And just finally, we do not do channel reviews based off of super chats. They are very much welcome here, but it creates a financial barrier, which I do not want for my live streams on this channel reviews at the moment. We may do that in the future, but not for now. So yeah, we're picking people, and it's a free service as of now. And this channel review is going to be limited to an hour. Unfortunately, we've got a bit of work to do here at vidIQ, so it will be a slightly shorter live stream than usual. But anyway, that's all the pleasantries out of the way. If you are, of course, enjoying this live stream and you do want to share it with the world, then make sure to like this live stream and share it now if you possibly can. That would be very much appreciated. But now let's look in more detail at the live stream format for the channel reviews. If you're new here, this is the sort of thing we look at here. If I can find the right box, because things have disappeared. There we are. So the key points when we are doing channel reviews are, and you can apply this to your own audits if you want to look at your channel, they are who should be watching and why should they care. If I can't determine that in the first 5 minutes of looking at your channel, then how is your audience supposed to do that as well? So very important to clearly identify your target audience and your value proposition very early. We'll look at the channel health in terms of the branding. Is it consistent? Can we understand that your content is defined, unique to your own style, so that if we were to mix your content with other people's content, we'd be able to clearly pick that out very quickly. We'll look at channel layout. Are you using playlists? Are your thumbnails consistent, like in terms of tone, theme, coloring? Again, so that we'd be able to pick out your content anywhere. And also general content. Are you sticking to one particular topic and theme which you can really drill down into and provide valuable messaging, or are you sort of scattergun approach, going from one topic to the other and not really staying on point? We'll look at some of the metadata, titles, tags, and descriptions, do a quick audit on a video, which you'll be able to see through the vidIQ tools that you will be seeing in this live stream. Audience engagement. Are you getting any feedback? Are you answering those questions? Hearting comments, pinning comments. And as usual, any other points that come up in the live stream, and they always do, always interesting topics of conversation, and we will look at them. So, are you ready to do a bit of channel reviews for the vidIQ live stream? I've already got the first one lined up, and this one has been a regular contributor to our live streams. So, let's jump straight into it. Let's hope this transition works. All right then, so hello, you can now see me in the bottom right hand corner of the live stream here as I do the channel reviews. So I have to remember now to pay a bit more attention to the webcam as I'm talking to you. The first channel we are looking at today is from somebody who's been contributing to many of the live streams over the past couple of weeks, and that is the Star Wars Gov. Thank you for your contributions, and this is your reward. So let's have a look straight away at what the channel is about. We see Star Wars in the title, animation vlogs more. The first question we would definitely ask here is, can you make this banner a little more Star Warsy? That would very much help with the content. So if we just let's just make that a little thicker. Yeah. So we have your big title here, but then look at this background. It's kind of very generic, almost like a backdrop from maybe a Windows wallpaper. Surely we should be seeing here animation graphics from your Star Wars films, if you have done any yet. Like we can see on the channel trailer, you already have some sort of graphics going on here. So definitely incorporate them into the branding on your channel banner is an absolute must. And also, maybe add a bit of a value proposition here. We understand that you do animation vlogs more, but can you turn it into a bit more of a Star Warsy theme in terms of, let's see, animations from the dark side, or something that just gives a bit more of a Star Warsy theme to it. Essentially, make all of this more Star Warsy in whatever way you want to do that. Let's have a look at your About section, just have a quick check. So, amazing Star Wars, animation vlog, and so you're a Lego channel as well. You didn't mention that in your channel banner. So again, that might be something to emphasize more in all of your branding. Let's now go back to your introduction, your channel trailer. Maybe we'll find out a bit more. You don't know. You kind of ran out of things to say there. In that case, if you're struggling to complete the channel trailer, maybe do it at 40 seconds and have that same sort of introduction. We definitely like to see you in front of camera here, or if you're not comfortable going on camera yet, include more of your B-roll content. Like you had these interesting graphics on the intro, and then we just had 10 seconds of the camera staring at some dirt here. So definitely more impact you could potentially make on your channel trailer would be good. I like the bit where you were showing quick examples of the type of content that you do, and just add more of that into your general content. I just want to check as well how large your channel is. We've got 88 subscribers, 2,000 views, so it is a small channel at the moment. And you joined YouTube a year ago, but how long have you been making videos? We'll find that out in a second. In terms of playlists, or channel layer, you've added one playlist, which is created playlist, but we don't know how often you post videos at this point, so most recent uploads playlist would be good so that we can see your consistency. We'd also like to see maybe some of your best content on the channel, so welcome to the Star Wars Gov, here's what we do here type of thing. So we know you do animations, potentially Lego videos, potentially vlogs. Maybe some examples of that would be good right there. Let's have a look at some of your videos in general now. Oh, there you are. So you do appear in front of camera sometimes. And obviously we can see that you're a relatively young YouTuber. So I just want to say at this point, congratulations for joining YouTube and having the confidence and the bravery to put yourself in front of camera. It's can always be a very daunting thing, especially when you're younger. And I always applaud you for doing that. So excellent start to the channel. If we just scroll down a little bit, you've done about 40 videos so far and you started a year ago. Consistency wise, it doesn't look as if you're posting that consistently at the moment. So you did one 2 days ago, but before that it was 3 weeks ago, and then before that was a month ago. But looking at your view count, you have views in the hundreds, and your channel has 88 subscribers. So your videos are reaching a wider audience, which is awesome stuff there. I think that shows good potential and growth. We can see here quickly from the new vidIQ tool here, which shows you the likes to dislikes, that you're mostly getting good marks, like 100% like ratio, which is awesome. One video here which hasn't done quite as well, but it hasn't really got that much engagement yet. In terms of branding, obviously, we want to see some more branding here as well. Like the thumbnails lack a bit of consistency. The only consistent thing really is the fonts here, which you've used repeated on several videos, but like channel banner, maybe thinking of a color theme. And if we look at this one, for example, Star Wars Day Stickbot Special, the stickbot is kind of hidden behind the font. So you would maybe want to bring the font maybe to the right here and have a stickman clearly seen, just to make it more in focus as an example. And in terms of content as well, it looks as if at the moment, rather than being a Star Wars channel, it looks to be, well, there's some Star Wars stuff down here, and you moved away from Star Wars. Well, there's a Batman there, and then we have stickbot setup. So it does feel as if you're trying to find your way as a video creator at this point. So maybe for the next 3 or 4 videos, focus, drill down, decide exactly what you want to do. If it's going to be about Star Wars stickbots for the next month, then absolutely go with that and really reinforce that theme if possible. In terms of titles, they seem like a fairly decent length. In a lot of them, you're including stickbot. So are the stickbot ones doing better than others? Let's see. Let's go to the most popular ones. That might help us a little bit. So the top 3 videos are stickbot videos. So maybe you need to just reposition the channel a little bit and have it be a stickbot piece of content. Potentially, that's just an idea that seems to be coming into my head there, rather than focusing on Star Wars too much, because you do have some Star Wars videos, but then you jump to stickbot. So yeah, maybe somewhat of a decision to make there. Let's have a look at this video here, which is a minute long. So it clearly seems that you do have a talent for, what is that, stop motion animation? I've never tried it, and that seems to be a fairly decent start to the type of videos that you want to do. In terms of optimization, there's some suggestions here coming in from the vidIQ video optimization checklist. Tags, you probably haven't included enough tags, and again, this is where you have the opportunity to really drill down into the stickbot style tags. As an example, stickbot stop motion animation might be one. I'm just going to do a quick search up here, see what sort of examples you could get here. So just as a quick test, I've put in stickbot stop, and then you've got these longer tail keywords such as motion tutorial, motion videos, motion app. All these are all potential opportunities here for longer tail keywords, and you could go a little further if you wanted to. Certainly add them as more keywords and make sure they're at the top of the list, so you're reinforcing a very specific keyword, which would be good for optimization. In the title, so the title is Stickbot Time Machine Commercial. Travel to the future in this time machine with only $750 million, I think. Comment the word time. So, yeah, you probably jumped too much into the sales pitch of your video here, asking for likes, comments, subscriptions. Add a bit more about you making a video about stickbot animation. Include those keywords over again, like time to travel into the future with the stickbot stop motion animation, and using these tools or whatever, just to again reinforce the metadata there. However, in saying all this, the Star Wars Gov, I think you got these beginnings here of a good channel. I think you just need to drill down into exactly what type of content you want to produce. Does it want to be Star Wars themed, or is it more about animation? And I think there's an opportunity here for maybe you to produce some stickbot tutorials. I think people would love to know how to use these stickbots in a more productive way. You're certainly doing that already. So there we are, the Star Wars Gov. I hope you can take that advice to the bank and make some small improvements to your channel. That was the first channel review today. Okay, so folks, what are we gonna look at next? I think I've already got one. No, we're going to wait for one for Doberman, which is coming through now. I'm being told that the desktop audio isn't working, so I'll try and make sure not to worry too much about that in the next one. All these little things that I do need to check. Right, so let's just check that over there. So now I have just seen a super chat that's coming in here, which is a question. So Gypsy Kiss, thank you very much. You're talking about a brief explanation of the value proposition. So what I mean by a value proposition is when somebody is visiting a channel, they want to understand why they should be watching. And that's in the value proposition. Like, you should be watching vidIQ because our value proposition is to help you get more views in less time through both of the YouTube channel that we have here and the tools that are available to you in our Chrome extension. So, and you kind of need to be a bit more specific than that. Well, shorten it a bit if you can, to really emphasize and give the viewer, or the potential audience, potential subscriber, a very clear understanding of your content immediately. And that can take a bit of time. It's like the elevator pitch, but it's so quick. But it's not even an elevator pitch. It's like you press a button on the elevator, and when it goes bing, that's your pitch. That's as much time as you've got to try and get the viewer into your content. Now, if a value proposition is unclear, that's when you start to get channels which covers many different things. So they're covering stuff about video gaming, they're covering stuff about their favorite TV programs, they're covering stuff about what they did yesterday, so vlogs. So when you're a smaller channel, your value proposition should be a lot more specific and niche to appeal to a direct audience and crowd. So thank you for the question, Aaron. Thank you for the super chat, and I hope I was able to answer it a little bit there. Maybe we can talk about value propositions in a bit more detail in the casual chat live stream on Fridays. Right, next channel is up. Let's take a look at this one. It is Flan Animation. We're looking at animation channels today. A damn awkward man, Flan Animations. Right, so let's have a look at your about section. I guarantee you will cringe. Okay. 69,000 views, well, 68,000 views, 2,500 subscribers. So I guess the question I have here in terms of a value proposition is, what is Flanimation? Will I understand that by looking at your content, or will I not understand that quite as much because I'm not really sure what Flanimation means exactly? I'm just going to see if I can fix the audio. Just 1 second. going to plug in the desktop animation, the desktop, and see if the audio will work this time. I'm going to try and play the... No, it still doesn't work. Okay, so audio needs to be fixed in a future live stream. So here is the channel, Flan Animation, and it's like a 1 minute intro. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna see if I can tell you what the channel's about.
Just for the clarification of Flanimation.
So he does explain what Flanimation is in the intro.
One of the many things you'll find here on my channel. But what else is on your channel? Thanks for asking. Nice hair, cool shirt. Actually, that's not a bad visual representation of something else you'll find on my channel. A lot of me talking to myself. Because I don't have anyone else to talk to.
It looks to be then like a comedy style channel, which we can see in the trailer. I really wish you could listen to the audio here, but it doesn't seem to work. And yes, do let me know. Is the audio working here on the live stream for desktop? Do let me know. It doesn't seem to be coming through on the mixer, but unfortunately, I'll have to fix that in a future live stream. So let's have a look at the channel in general. Let's see what we've got here. Some thumbnails which look pretty well done. Nice use of thumbnails. We'll have a look at those in more detail. Flanecdotes, your awkward existence, puns. So you've got a good variety of playlists here. Do you include your most recent playlist so we know? So you do. And ooh, it looks as if you have some pretty big gaps here between videos. Like this one was 1 week ago, and then after that it was 4 months ago. So does it just take a while to do videos, or are you just not having time, or do I need to look at your most recent videos to get an understanding there of your consistency? So I think a bit more of a value proposition here in your banner would help. Flanimation, and then maybe explain what that is a bit if you can, or the general idea of the Flanimation channel would be helpful there. But some good fundamentals here. You've got a good channel layout. Your banner is bright and vibrant. Good channel avatar there with you in front there with a nice pose going on. Let's have a look at some of your videos in general. Okay, so yeah, big gap here between video production. Is it just because the videos take so long to make, or you haven't had time to produce videos lately? Do let me know on that. Ben the Bot, you get channel reviews by contributing to this live stream in a productive way and having good feedback for other YouTubers, and the moderators do keep an eye on this, and they're picked on based on the community contribution. And so that's a quick answer to your question. So upload wise, yeah, well, like 1 week ago, then 4 months, then 6 months, then 9 months, big gap between videos. That's going to be a bit of a struggle for the YouTube algorithm in terms of consistency. You kind of disappear off the map for a very long time before reappearing. Is there any way you can fix that with more regular videos, or is it just a production length? If it is, then you have to think of means and methods of how you can create content that's filler. If these are hero videos that take a long time to make, then maybe you need a blog or a commentary or a bit of a tutorial of what you're doing next and how that ties into a future video or a trailer to help you with the big gaps between the videos. Thumbnail wise though, they are very good. Let's look at this in a bit more detail. So, can I zoom in here? Yeah, let's zoom into one of these. So if we take this as an example, which has 2,000 views, we have a reaction face here, which is always quite effective. And you've cut yourself out, so there's no background of this picture that's interfering. And you've added some stroke effects, so that, again, that really emphasizes you and makes you pop out. You've got a bright, colourful background, but it doesn't interfere with the foreground, which is good. And, of course, facial reactions always help. And, yeah, in a sort of clickbaity sense, adding things like censored or anything that makes it feel as if it may be a little inappropriate is a good way of making the thumbnails more clickable. Obviously, you've got to deliver on that promise when the person clicks on the thumbnail, and so that it isn't essentially a clickbaity one. It's a click enticer rather than clickbaity one there. And this, again, another one here, which is very good in terms of the thumbnail. Clearly, you're spending a lot of time on the thumbnails, and it really does have a good impact on the first introduction, the sales pitch to your audience. So reacting to your first vlog on that one now. Let's just zoom out a little bit again. In terms of theme and tone, they do seem quite transient. There's quite a difference between thumbnails. For example, this one with you in a love heart of fire, isn't it? It's leaves, is it then? It's not hearts. So, and you call it autumn. If anybody doesn't know what autumn means in the US, it's fall, and I had to get used to that when I moved to North America. So yeah, we've got like different color themes of blues and pinks. It may be that you want to think about a certain color theme, but if the tone matches the content, that's acceptable. Maybe to brand this more, you would want to include a logo just in one of the corners, which might help. So an example might be just putting your logo there, which would just help. And I think on most of your videos, there is a bit of a gap there, which would allow you to put that logo. But thumbnails generally are of an excellent standard, a very high quality. Not too busy, most of them, and quite clear. Let's have a look at one of your most popular videos and see how... you must have had some breakthrough videos. So yeah, makeover with Chloe Rose. So was that a collaboration? If that was a collaboration, clearly those work on your channel, so do more if possible. Chloe Rose seems to be the one who brings in the most views. Are you able to work with this person more? If you can, then certainly do so. What else have we got? I guess the one thing that I could still say is that in terms of your channel being called Flan Animation, and then the topics, which are like make what is that? Make lover with Chloe Rose, ginger bee wrecked houses with Chloe Rose, PlayStation 4, smoking for the first time. These are all topics that are quite distant from each other, and some of the titles are maybe a little confusing to me, but maybe I'm just not in with the crowd these days. I don't dab too much or whatever that is. So you do some makeovers, puns, Toy Story 4. Like as an example, this one, Toy Story 4 ? Exclamation mark. What exactly was that? Is like Toy Story 4 is coming out, or it's being released, or was it a review? I don't think it's out yet. So maybe this was your reaction to Toy Story 4 being announced, which would be an opportunity for a better title, like OMG Toy Story 4 announced would be a bit more of a catchy title than just Toy Story 4 as an example. But let's have a look at this video and see how well you optimize. You're probably actually hearing a little bit of the voice on the microphone maybe when it's coming through. So this video was done 3.5 years ago. So we'll move on to a more recent video as well, just to check your optimization. But yeah, some examples here of some really specific keywords that you're doing. Award-winning work, Toy Story film, Toy Story 4, the greatest right. So the greatest trilogy ever is getting a sequel? ? I would definitely include that kind of specific keyword in the video tags here. Like, is Toy Story 4 coming out? Is there a sequel to Toy Story 3? Toy Story 3 sequel? Is Toy Story 4 coming out? Again, these are specific keywords, and don't worry too much about aliens as a keyword, for example, because that's far too broad. How can you connect that to Toy Story? It's going to be very difficult. And toy and toys and sequel and Woody. These broader keywords which are going to be very difficult to rank for when you're a smaller channel. Anyway, that was one of your older videos. Let's move to one of your more recent ones now. Just check if your optimization is still of a similar standard. Let's go for this one. If we're going to get the view duration, so no view duration now we can see, but optimization this time, the cringiest Christmas advert ever, released on the 22nd of December. Ooh, maybe you wanted to release that one maybe a little earlier at the beginning of December when all the Christmas ads started to come out, potentially, just in terms of your tentpole event and timing it correctly. might have been good. Peacock's Christmas advert 2017, Honey G. So, right, so if you look at these keywords, I guess these were all contestants on the X Factor, if I'm right. But YouTube probably is going to find this a little difficult to join all the dots here in terms of connecting things. So you might need to be a bit more specific and general at the same time, if that makes sense. So it would be worst Christmas ad ever, Christmas ad 2017, the best Christmas 2017 advert, for example, or X Factor does Christmas adverts. That kind of idea of a longer tail keywords. I've also noticed here that Chloe Rose Art, when you've collabed with this person, 144,000 subscribers, whether they're a friend or not. Yeah, definitely try and get this person to collab more with you, and if possible, appear on their videos. That would be a super fantastic way of reaching out to more of an audience. So there we are, Flan Animation. I think, first of all, more consistency. Your audience will definitely want to see more content from you if you're not producing it on a regular basis. You've done 2 videos in the last 4 months. 2 videos in the last 4 months. So let's see some more content from you if we possibly can. And that is Flan Animation there. Thank you for allowing us to review your channel. Okay, we've got plenty more potential channels coming into review here from the Doberman. Thank you very much for those contributions. Oh, we've got a server error here. Wow. Hope YouTube's not crashing on me. Let's try that one again. There we are. I think it's working this time. So the next channel we are going to review is... Oh, cool. Wow. Can you read the channel banner here? Geek Devotions. Okay, I could read it from the channel name there, but I couldn't quite read that for a second. It was confusing me a little bit. So, new episodes uploaded every Friday. It's the first channel banner that's included a schedule of what they do, which is nice to see. One thing you might want to look at is your channel banner may get cut off around about there on mobile devices. Maybe you've done that intentionally, but this area... okay, so this is a good example of when you've linked down to these links here specifically on your desktop, but knowing that they're not going to be there on your mobile, it's probably going to cut off the content around about there. So that's actually good use of space. So well done there, I would say, on that. So Geek Devotions, I can see some X-Men comic book stuff there, some PlayStation stuff there. Is that books? And that's popcorn. So I think it looks like these are the different strands of your content. I would be tempted to make this text bigger if possible and almost make it fill the entire banner there, because it's a little difficult to see here on a desktop. I'm wondering how much more difficult it would be to see on a mobile. And your value proposition here is show from a couple of devoted geeks devoted to letting you know you are loved. Right, so that's a value proposition. I think you could tighten that value proposition up a little bit by saying maybe geeks who love geeks. I mean, that's really shortening it down even more, but that's essentially what you're saying here in this value proposition. Or a couple of geeks devoted to geeks, maybe, just to get it down to maybe 7 or 8 words as a value proposition there. And yeah, there's just a bit of wasted space here a little bit, I think, where it could be filled up. Or maybe you could include some of these graphics in the background so it's a bit more clear, potentially. But generally speaking, a good banner. You've got 281 subscribers. Is a ministry created by a couple of devoted geeks who are devoted to telling people that they are loved. We make videos designed to encourage and uplift people, and all while embracing all things geeky, which is awesome. Excellent to hear. 11,000 views so far. Let's have a look at your homepage. Have a look at the layout. Okay, so intro-wise, you have an intro. It includes a lot of footage and it's relatively short. Excellent. But we're missing a big thing here. I can see that I think the two of you are the stars of your channel. Therefore, get in front of that camera as soon as possible on the intro. Introduce yourselves and maybe talk over the music. Lower down, make the music volume a lot lower and include the B-roll. So you're not, at the moment, like the text is taking up too much of the screen. You want to make the screen full size and explain to people what your channel's about, definitely. And hopefully that should be relatively simple to do. You could, well, it's a year old, so you may want to include some new footages if you have some, but it looks generally good, the footage that you have. So yeah, you are the stars of this show. If you're going to be in front of camera, talking to camera, then do that in the introduction, the channel trailer, and then people get a clear understanding of exactly what the channel's about immediately. As this has a bit of a false impression that, oh, maybe they don't talk too much in their videos. And that probably isn't the case with what I can see in the footage that you have there. So you do seasons of things, it looks to be like. And then you do things on a Tuesday, season 1. So it's like a show formula that you're doing here. I guess that's going to be live streams maybe. And you got playlists. So your most recent uploads are way down the list. Just bump that up the list a little bit so we know that you're producing content on a very regular basis. It looks to be at least 4 to 5 videos a week, which is awesome for consistency. Let's have a look at the videos. Okay, interesting thing here then. So you clearly have branding, and we can see this in the top left-hand corner here, and you've got a color scheme. But not all of your thumbnails follow that consistency. So if we were to quickly look through your content, you have one. Well, let's mark them down. Let's put a big X in front of the ones where I think there's consistency. So you got this one, this one, this one. This one looks to be one sort of theme and channel, and then you have. Let's choose a different color. This is getting very artistic now. You got, oops, let's get that off. You got a certain sort of theme here. And then we'll do one more, which is these ComTalk ones. Oh, and you've got like another one there, another green one. Really making a mess of your channel here. And oh yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this because I want to emphasize this point as much as possible of how the thumbnail coordination is a little off. So we have one theme here of this Geek Devotions with the blue color, and then these animation ones which don't seem to have the logo, and they almost seem like they're videos from a completely different channel, or that's how it seems to be with me. The same here with ComTalk as well. We're missing maybe like a consistent color theme. I think the way you would fix this is to have all of these. Let's clear this down now. Have this style here with the logo in the top corner and the Geeks Devotions, which again, the logo maybe looks a bit busy. Maybe something that you need to simplify a little bit. Maybe it just needs to be GD as a logo. And then just a different color banner for the different types of content that you do, just to emphasize the consistency of your content. Another thing I would also say is that the thumbnails tend to be a little busy. For example, this one here, which has a lot of characters from an animation. Do you really need that many characters in there? What's the video about really? What's a good anime for boys, teens, and men's? Maybe you just want to include one character in there and a big question mark next to it because you're asking a question, and you can maybe put one of the animations in there to say, is this the best one? And I'm sure the audience will click on there, and then we'll find out more animation things that are covered in the thumbnail in the video. So yeah, generally the thumbnails just seem to be a little busy here. And then in some of the thumbnails, the text can be a little too dominant, like ComTalk. again, you could just put this in the top left-hand corner like GD Talk, and then we'll be able to see the screen behind it, because it's completely obscured there. This Star Trek one, again, maybe a little too busy. I know it's an LCARS view, but sometimes less is more on a thumbnail, and I think consistency with simplicity may enhance your content a little more. And again, just from this perspective of contents, how do you handle persecution Star Wars? 3 steps to show someone you love them. Anime April. Anime for sci-fi fans. Controlling the power to build and power to destiny. So reading your channel description and some of your titles, this channel seems a lot more about empowering people with the geek side of it as the backdrop. So maybe that needs to be emphasized a little bit more potentially, because I sort of jumped into this channel and felt it was more about another channel about comics, video games, and geekiness, and maybe that's not the focus of your channel. There's more strength in the positivity that you're raising in your channel, and I think that's absolutely awesome. As by the way, we looked at a channel a couple of weeks ago which was doing a similar thing. So maybe just take a look again at your value proposition, see if it matches exactly the content that you're about. So yeah, I guess if you look at this thumbnail here, what is he playing for? Finding your purpose in life. It could be, you could confuse that with what's the purpose of this character in their life, and is the video about that, or is it about personal stories and your approach to that? Just thinking along those lines. Okay, let's have a look at your most popular videos, see where you had some success. So nothing really standing out here successfully so far. You've had a video that got 1,000 views. The rest of them tend to be in the 300 views, 200 views kind of range for your most popular videos. Just goes back to your most recent ones and see what the view count is. So it tends to be around 10 to 20. Looking at some videos that don't perform well, it seems as if these live streams are not performing that well, like 5 views, 8 views. Don't seem to be picking up much traction at all. Whereas the videos where you are talking about a particular theme, finding your purpose in life and 3 steps to show you that they love them, perform a little better. I'm tending to see that this particular thumbnail and theme generally outperforms anything else. So, yeah, I think definitely move towards that sort of thumbnail standard. I'm going to pick this one and look at the optimization of your video.
We're talking about Violet Evergarden in 3 ways to let people know that they are loved. What's going on, Devoted Geeks? Welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from a couple of devoted geeks who are devoted to let people know that they are loved. I'm Dallas Mora, and I'm so glad you hit the play button, because today is the final day of Anime April. And guys, we have a great show for you today.
Good start to the video with high production values there. I like that you've got a quick intro showing you exactly what the video is about, then a splash screen that isn't too long, and then an introduction to yourself. And as I say, definitely you and your partner will be the stars of the show, so make sure that you have that in your channel intro. And hey, look at this. We have our first perfectly optimized video. Well done there. Everything hitting the right points in terms of getting cards in there, your description's long enough, you're engaging with your audience. Awesome. Now here's something. Look at the tags. At the top of the tags, you have Geek Devotions, Geeks, Dallas Mora, Devoted Geeks, Geek Culture. And then lower down, you have longer tail keywords such as how to show someone you love them, 3 steps to show somebody you love them. I would be thinking about bringing these longer tail keywords to the top and having more of those types of keywords, and again, removing the keywords where it's going to be a lot harder to rank, maybe like hope and Christianity. Again, those need to be longer tail keywords for them to have an effect. And fine if you want to include your own channel keywords in there, that's good, but you're always going to rank for those keywords, so bring them down the list. I did a video very recently where we discovered in the Creator Academy help guide that the order of the tag relevance and order of them is important, and so you should be putting more of the relevant tags at the top of the list, even if they are more specific and niche. And really that's good, because it means that you're really niching down on a core audience. So I think, to summarize this channel a little bit, I think it's awesome that you have this concept of bringing positivity to people's lives. And I think maybe you need to focus a little bit more on that aspect of it, the self-help aspect, rather than the geeky side, potentially, in like the value proposition. Because I've only seen a very small part of your videos, and they look like they're produced to a high standard. Maybe people are just coming into these videos not quite clear what they're going to be seeing in your content. But congratulations on your channel, Geek Devotions, and I wish you the best of luck in the future on there. I hope you've picked up some useful tips there. What have we got next in the channel reviews section? Let's see if I can pick another one out. Thank you, as usual, Doberman, for your contributions. It always helps. Let's have a quick drink. Okay, the next channel we are going to review is Tehran H, 1,000 subscribers. You have a cartoon on your banner. Does that mean it's about animations? We'll have to try and find out. We'll have to do a bit of digging here. Hey guys, this is Tehran. Well, who else would it be? Subscribe. Right, okay. What's your channel about? That's the immediate question I'm asking, because I can't really tell from the channel banner, and I can't tell from your description, and I'm gonna have to look. You don't have a channel intro, it looks like, but it is about Fortnite. So is it a gaming channel? Maybe we'll have to have a look at the rest of your videos to find that out. You are uploading on a regular-ish basis, 4 videos in the last week or 2. You got plenty of fun playlists which you've been doing, so you've produced a lot of videos. It's good to see. Feels like a gaming channel to me. Would that be correct? If it is, maybe tell us what games you're covering in your channel banner. Would be helpful. So, video-wise, how to be invincible in Fortnite Battle Royale. Hiding on the big tomato in Tomato Town. That's Fortnite as well. Right, okay, this is a Fortnite channel. It clearly seems that way. So, make sure you talk about that in your channel banner, your description, and anywhere else you think it's necessary to include so. And, yeah, that would be awesome if you just have a bit more focus on the content. In terms of thumbnails, here's some interesting things to observe. Can you really read that? Must watch. Is it really necessary to include must watch? Can you read what that says on the thumbnail there, or that? Always remember, when you're editing thumbnails, you have to shrink down the thumbnail to at least see what it's going to look like in a preview, such as here on a mobile device. Because it can quickly be lost and then I can't read it. And I'm not sure how much of a text is needed. Like, how to win like ninja, you put the text there, all right, but you've also put exactly the same text in your title. So repetition of titles and then the text in the thumbnails is never really a good idea. They should complement each other. So it should be like how to win like ninja, and then maybe instead of having a text there, you'd include a picture of Ninja himself with a big thumbs up emoji icon next to him, and that would tell a much better story than repeating the text there. Just as an idea, but I understand why you're including this as a video, because maybe you're trying to latch onto Ninja, the Twitch person who's exploding at the moment as a video creator. And so that's a good trending topic to potentially look at. So yeah, in terms of your text, I would probably get rid of this text because it's not serving any purpose. Include some channel branding. And yeah, there's an example here at the top where it looks as if you're trying to introduce yourself into the content with you with a reaction, which seems good. So yeah, I think that's some evolution of your thumbnails that are doing here. Interesting there. Were you using somebody else's thumbnails there, or did you go for a different approach? Those look like fantastic thumbnails, but I'm always a little suspicious of thumbnails from Fortnite gamers. So I think they pick up templates and then they add in a couple of bits of text. So it looks fantastic, but they all look very similar. So how can you distinguish your thumbnails from anybody else's? And just one more thing with the thumbnails, it looks as if a lot of the times you're just taking thumbnails from a freeze frame of the game, like in this one, How to Win Like Ninja. The thumbnail doesn't really have any ninja elements to it, so try and add them if you can. This one here, hiding on the big tomato in Tomato Tan. I can't really see the tomato there. So if you wanted to make that have more emphasis on that, you want to take a screenshot of a tomato, if there is one in Fortnite, sounds like a really weird thing, then do a cutout of it, and then a backdrop which is blurred and contrasted, just like you've done here with an interesting backdrop, and then the tomato, which is a lot more viewable, and I don't know, maybe like a hiding image of some kind, like eyes, big eyes just popping over the top of a tomato in like a hide pose as a potential idea. I just want to look at your most popular videos. So you do have some high view ones. It's interesting you got like 3,000 views for a Q&A. World's Best Nando as a vlog, that did well. Try Not to Cringe challenge. So it looks as if when you were doing vloggy type content, that was a lot more popular. I wouldn't be surprised now that if you jump to Fortnite, you completely lost that audience, and now you're having to sort of rebuild your subscriber base with new subscribers. So that might be one reason why view counts have dropped if you've been doing a lot of Fortnite videos. So yeah, once you commit to something, try and stick with it if you can. Like these videos here, the ones from 7 months ago, all did fairly well. So what was the reason for switching from those videos? Be useful to know. I will go on. You had a polarizing feedback on that one. Although you got a lot of views, not many people liked it, so probably a clickbaity one there. It's good. This is why this tool is so useful now, that you can get an instant snapshot of how well a video is, whether the video is any good before having to click on it. And this is obviously a new tool, one of the new tools from vidIQ, free to download, of course. And this tool is free. That's the quick plug for vidIQ in this one. I want to go to your more recent videos though, because it seems as if you are now a Fortnite gamer video creator. Although you do occasionally include stuff like Spider-Man and Venom. So again, thinking of the value proposition, it's like I'm watching all of these Fortnite videos and then all of a sudden there's something about the Spider-Man Amazon Echo. Is that really going to interest me? And in like a very small snapshot, it's kind of done as well as other videos. So maybe you optimize that one well in terms of keywords. Anyway, how to be invincible in Fortnite Battle Royale. Let's have a look at this one.
In Fortnite Battle Royale, and this is how. So all you have to do is go to Loot Lake, go to the specific place in Loot Lake, and then hold bandages or a medkit, and then look completely down.
Okay, so the video, it jumps straight into it, and I like the way that you say, hey guys, welcome to this video, this is what's going to happen. What you could do to make this even more enticing is if you take a part of a clip later on which shows you being invincible, and like you say you get shot and like it doesn't have any effect on you, and then you say, and that's how you get invincible in Fortnite, and then do a quick intro and then go into the longer explanation of how it's done, because then you're delivering on your promise of the video title and thumbnail in the first 5 seconds, and then you go into the meat of the content of how you actually get to that stage. So just some ideas, and again, all video creators can apply these fundamentals in that the hook of the video in the first 10 seconds should be delivering an aspect of what you promised in the thumbnail and the title, and as quickly as possible, and then the story of how you get there would be awesome. So in terms of optimization, it's generally good. Make sure you include some cards, so cards can send viewers to other videos of yours, and you can put them wherever you want in the video. General advice would be check what your audience retention is for the channel. Let's say it's 2 minutes. Put in a card at 1 minute 55 seconds. So if the audience is getting bored of this video, you do at least offer them an alternative video which they may click on rather than exiting YouTube. So yeah, make sure you include cards on your other content and engage with your audience. Like you haven't pinned a comment, you haven't hearted a comment, and yeah, it looks as if you've not replied to any of your comments as well. So audience engagement, these people are invested in your content. They're giving you feedback, but you're not replying to them. So you definitely should let your audience know that you care about them by reading their comments and replying to them. So it's easily done. Quick click there to like it, and then reply, and you're done. Optimization wise, right, okay, some interesting tags here. You're including some keywords which don't seem to deliver on the video title at all. So you're including popular YouTubers' names. If you want to do that, you can do that, but it's against terms of services. This is called tag stuffing, and YouTube may come back to bite you in the future and say that you're misleading users with optimization that's not relevant to the content. And then save the world free PS4, save the world free PC. Does any of this have to do with Fortnite? It doesn't seem to be. So I think you should be including all of the tags about how to be invincible in Fortnite Battle Royale. So invincibility, Fortnite. How to be invincible, Fortnite Battle Royale invincibility. How to be invincible in Battle Royale. So all sorts of opportunities here for keywords which you've not included in your videos. What I will say though is your channel's very, very healthy at the moment. Like, you gained another 60 subs in the last month, so congratulations there. Presumably you are starting to slowly build up a Fortnite audience, and view count is up at 85% as well. So you are now consistently producing Fortnite content. Stick to it. Continue to build your audience, optimize your content a little bit more, and you may see your channel growing a little bit faster as well. So that was Tehran H. Good luck with your channel, and we'll move on to we're going to do 2 more channel reviews. I've got one more lined up, moderator Doberman. If you can send me one more channel to review after this one, that would be fantastic. It's been it looks as if it's been a very much a geek / anime / comic book style channel reviews, and that seems fairly appropriate since it was, I think, Comic Book Day on Saturday and May the 4th on Friday. And this next channel we are looking at is Fandom Spotlight. So from the channel banner here, even though it doesn't have any text, I get an impression of what this channel's about, and it seems to be about is it appropriate to say cosplay, or like just fans going to conventions dressing up as their favorite characters in comic books and superhero stuff? And that's really all it takes, is these clips, these images here at the top. You could add a bit more about the value proposition. It might be something like let's go to your about section and see if we can take something from here. It focuses on geek culture with features on conventions, cosplay, comics. We promote acceptance and inclusion in fandom community. Our shared enjoyment and fandom should bring us together. I think you and Geek Devotions should do some sort of collaboration here, because you seem like very similar channels. 2,500 subscribers, 750,000 views. Excellent work there. Congratulations. So it might be something along the lines of, if you're going to add a value proposition here, it might be like embracing, what did you see? Including and embracing fandom culture. Might be just an idea as a tagline if you wanted to add something on to your channel banner. But I do think it is very effective the way it is. Intro seems fine, except for one thing, and you know about what that's going to be. Include some narration, maybe introduce yourself first, like, hi, I'm Steve, welcome to Fandom Spotlight, this is what we do here. Start with the music, let it run for maybe 5-10 seconds, then do some more narration about, we are all about inclusion and diversity in the fandom culture, and we go to conventions and interview people and find out their stories and the lives behind what it is to be a cosplay artist or something along those lines. So just add that one more element to your intros, and that would be awesome, I think, to your channel trailer. So upload wise, you're uploading on a good consistent basis here, like every few days is good. And playlist wise, a large selection of playlists. I'm going to have to investigate what video has brought in nearly 750,000 views. I'm guessing you have some viral content here. So you're getting a lot of interviews with what looks to be characters, actors in different sci-fi, comic book, video, films. So some really good content here, and obviously putting in a lot of effort into the content that you get. Again, thumbnail wise, some are better than others. You've got the branding in there, which is good. Maybe just a little bit too busy. Do you really need to include all of the films he's been in the thumbnail? It just makes it difficult to focus. What should I be focusing on here in the thumbnail? If Peter Davison is the important person, and he obviously Doctor Who, you probably want to zoom right into his face. Let's get the thumbnail drawer here again. Zoom right into him there. Put him maybe in this section of the thumbnail, and maybe take Doctor Who and put it there in much bigger text, and then just some sort of blurred background, such as in that one. I think this is like a better background, or this one here seems like a good background as well. So just make it a little clearer, might help with your thumbnails. Because just scrolling down them, there's nothing that really jumps out at me in these thumbnails, because they are all very much. There's a lot of small text, a lot of logos. Like this is I would say this is a better example where you've just got a harsh, vibrant background with one character in front. It's still a little busy, but this one has 700 views, so that seems to have. I think that thumbnail is definitely more effective. Another one here, which is a much more basic thumbnail with just like a clear background. Again, has a higher view count than what seems to be from other videos. Let's go to your most popular ones. See what you're doing there. So yeah, a couple of videos which have had breakouts, 300,000 views, 157,000 views. Congratulations there. Awesome stuff. I wonder if that one was shared, and that's the reason why that one did so well. I like that thumbnail as well. I've always wanted a Marvel shield, but they're just too expensive. but it looks as if you have 3 of them. But yeah, in general, a lot of text, can be quite busy. Look, some of these are quite old videos as well. And it looks as if you had more success in the past. I guess what's probably happened here is that what's happened, we've got a lot of YouTubers who are doing fairly well, and then there's just been this massive breakout of more YouTube channels and people invading your YouTube space, so to speak. So there's a lot more competition, and maybe you need to look at your competitors and see if they're doing anything different in terms of the content that they're doing, the thumbnails, as I think that may be a strength there. And I guess the other thing is that, are you doing interviews with, it looks as if you're doing a lot of interviews with characters and maybe less interviews with actual fans. So does that accurately represent your channel anymore, Fandom Spotlight, or is it more character spotlights in these sci-fi programs? Perhaps. Again, when I'm doing these channel reviews, often I'm thinking out loud and asking these questions, and I don't necessarily know the answers, but those are the sort of things that other viewers may be thinking about when we look at these channels. Let's pick a video now to have a look at. I want to find one with a couple of 100 views. Let's go with this one.
Clark, how did you get in here, Clark? How did you get in here? Lex, you have no security at this facility. Clark,
Wow, 150,000 views there. That's awesome that you got that there. 700 views. Oh, look at all these ranks. Wow, you're ranking top for pretty much all of these, and it's because they're specific keywords. Like awesome Tom Welling on stage, actor Tom Welling, actor Michael Rosenbaum. Sorry if my pronunciation's not quite right there. Tom Welling, Michael Rosenbaum. So some good keywords there. Just reinforcing the same keyword over and over again, this actor's name, in slightly different ways, has definitely had a positive impact on this video, certainly. My guess is it's probably been shared somewhere, and you've got some good, you've managed to get some good content on or some exclusive access, which you've been able to put on YouTube here, which is great. So good example there of some really good keywords. Like engagement rate is fantastic, 3,500 likes, only 50 dislikes. Definitely a well-loved video. Just want to find another one which maybe hasn't got quite as many views. I misread that as 157 views, not 157,000. Let's go to this one.
Hey everybody, this is Captain Kyle. I'm here at the New Jersey HorrorCon with Laura Ortiz. She's very...
So a lot of interview style videos. Do you do any sort of vlogs or stories of these conventions, which may help have a story element to some of the videos? Like you could have a story of your travels to a convention where you quickly meet all of these different people, and they're almost put together in a quick montage, and then cards that point to these videos just to drive an audience to certain videos that might help. But again, you're ranking very highly for these terms. It's just a case of, are they being searched that much? And it doesn't seem as if they are. Like, do you include Laura Ortiz interview in there? Yes, you do. So maybe reinforce that keyword a little bit more. And are a lot of, or maybe you need to approach the tags in a way where people are searching a little bit more for them. Robot chicken voice interview might be a way, or robot chicken interview. Getting some good views there. Like you have 80% increase in viewership in the last month. Awesome work. So maybe some of your older videos are starting to get the traction and get more views, which is good to see. And your subscriber base is up nearly jumped. Well, Your subscriber growth has jumped nearly 100% as well. So definitely some growing seeds here, which is brilliant to see. So yeah, in summary, maybe tidy up the thumbnails a little bit and just observe maybe competitors in your space to see if they're being more successful with similar content. And maybe another question is, how much of the Fandom Spotlight do you do anymore? Because it seems to me that you're doing more interviews with characters from different TV programs, and maybe it's worth focusing more on that, just to realign your channel a little bit. That was Fandom Spotlight, and we've got one more channel review to do in this week's vidIQ livestream channel reviews. Just going to bring up my notes again, and this one is going to be a group session. So if you're not familiar with this, what we do here is that I guide you through the channel, and I want you to give feedback, and I'll read out that feedback as we look at it. So thank you, Doberman. This is going to be the last channel review of this week, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on your comments here. So let's take a look at Super Tech Mods user, our super user Tech Mod. So over to you guys. What do you think this channel is about? Just by looking at the channel banner, and I'm going to play the channel intro as well.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Super User from Super User Tech Mods, and this channel is all about modding your tech, as the name suggests. I do APK reviews, tech reviews, and anything to do with modding your tech. So if you want to learn more, just stay right here.
Okay, what do you think then? So we're getting some feedback here. A lot of people saying tech, Android tech from Peddling with Paul. World Travel says technology. Greenleaf City Video Gaming, technology. Supporting with tech problems about Android. How to video sentence Android stuff from Nexaster. About tech mods, looks to be that way. But Klaus Hans thinks it might be about jailbreaking as well. Rivanda says it could be about games. Plita Lyrics, you're just saying on in there. So yeah, we seem to have a generally good idea of the what the video is about. What did you think of the channel intro? Did you think it did a good job of selling the channel? Was it too long, too short? Could it have been improved in any ways? What did you think about the channel intro? I'll play that again just to help you. But yeah, let me know what you think about the channel trailer.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Super User from Super User Tech Mods, and this channel is all about modding your tech, as the name suggests. I do APK reviews, tech reviews, and anything to do with modding your tech. So if you want to learn more, just stay right here.
So Rivandra says, as per YouTube, it should be around 30 seconds, and it is a good length in terms of intro. Some advice from World Travel, needs improvement with more energy in it. Interesting thoughts there. I tend to agree. It certainly has two distinct parts to it. First of all, there's some graphics of the channel, and then the video creator introduces themselves, and yeah, maybe a bit more passion and energy, volume in the voice could help there. I agree. So yeah, so there's a couple of people saying that it maybe lacks a bit of energy, so maybe some advice to inject more energy and pace would be helpful. So some people are saying that maybe the type of content may be questionable in terms of YouTube, that it might be, you might not be, you shouldn't be helping people to jailbreak it. That could potentially be true. It's always one of those grey areas, especially with tech. So some people may be having a bit of questions about the nature of the content. Maybe super user, you may need a video that helps address that question if required. All right, so we've got some playlists here, uploads. We can see uploading consistency. Done 4 videos in the last 2 weeks. Lots of playlists. Got some popular uploads here. And the playlists have descriptions, so I'll give you a thumbs up on that. And the playlists also look as if they serve an audience in terms of this is what they're about. Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus videos. Install super user magis. I guess this is some sort of routing type things. So like hacks and tricks. So I think there's a lot of effort's been put into the descriptions of the thumbnails, which is good. Let's have a look at your video thumbnails. So give you some feedback here on the video thumbnails. So interesting contrast in opinions here. Unbox Warehouse says the thumbnails are consistent and good, but then Pam says that the thumbnails are, I think it's monotonous that you're trying to say, where I think it's they just seem to repeat over and over again. They look very similar. The branding is clear. Okay, so yeah, I mean, in terms of looking at the thumbnails, we can see logos in the thumbnails, and that each one is you could put these thumbnails in the collection of other thumbnails and quickly pick out super user tech mods videos. I would just add as well that the logo is maybe a little too small. You might just want to take out like the whole name, so it's like might be SUTM as super user tech mods as your logo, just so it's clearly more clearly visible. Some people are saying that it looks really good in a dark theme, so I'll switch to dark theme in a second. Any more thoughts then? Add different text on thumbnails that is in the titles. Okay, so we're into this issue again of when you're repeating text from the title in the thumbnail. So here, like Andromeda for Samsung, exactly the same as the title. Best Streamlabs OBS settings for YouTube. Streamlab OBS settings for YouTube. It's a very similar repetition of the title. Yeah, it seems as if there's a wasted opportunity here where you could be more visually enticing with your thumbnails rather than just repeat the text. So good feedback there. So the Klaus Hans says I would use I would change the font and use different words. People are saying it looks neat. So there's some good points and there's some bad points here. I'm just going to put it into dark mode and let's see what it looks like, because people are saying it looks very good in dark mode. So let's just switch that on for this last one. Okay, prepare for your eyes to be wowed by the dark mode here, which looks like this. I'm not sure if I like it in dark mode, to be honest. I think the thumbnails disappear into the background a little bit in dark mode, but that's what it looks like in dark mode. Nerd Schmerd saying that the thumbnails look very similar. Perhaps switch up the colours and or mirror it to break up the autonomy, the monotony. So yeah, maybe switching the logos around and the text perhaps. I understand why video creators do this, because this is clearly a template, and what you can do with this if you have a template is, because I used to do this, you have this template and basically what you need to change is the text here, which takes 2 or 3 minutes. Add a new image here, which takes another 3 or 4 minutes, and you've done your thumbnail in 5-10 minutes easy. And YouTube isn't quite like that anymore. Okay, let's have a look at some of your most popular videos. As always, when you are doing tech videos, you tend to have these breakthrough tutorial ones, which do better than any of the other ones. So examples here of like how to root your Galaxy S7, downgrading from one version to another on Amazon. So you're always looking, you're switching from topic to topic, and that means that the core audience may not stay because, like, who has an S7 and who has an Amazon Kindle? Probably not the same audience members. So you lose some and you gain some, and they don't really stay for your content. But if you're looking to hit the search rankings high, then this is a good strategy to have. Lots of comments coming in about the thumbnails, so thanks for the advice there. We'll go to some of your most recent ones again and see if we can look at your optimization. It looks to me, just as I'm quickly looking through it, is when you do how-to videos, specifically how to do something, they perform better generally, or have a better chance of doing well. And when you do something really specific, like send files over your network, how to transfer files from your PC to your NVIDIA Shield. So that's a really specific thing to do, really niche audience, and that's probably why that video is done quite well. Let's jump into this one and see how your videos generally are.
Welcome back to another video. This is Super User, and today's video is on how to connect a network connected computer to your NVIDIA Shield. Straight after this. Okay guys, if this video helped you, consider subscribing. Make sure you hit the little bell notification icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. With that being said, we're going to get straight into it.
Okay, so the introduction was there. What did you think of that generally? Here is some of the optimization that's been done here. Seems generally good. Maybe need to pin a comment. Look at this though. I just want you to look at how specific those keywords are and how well it ranks. May not be searched by many people, but it's got 1,700 views. So categorizing your content and making it as specific as possible for small channels, this is the impact it can have. Can really help your channels. If you're wanting to just stand out from the rest of the small video creators, this video creator has clearly found that this is a question that needed answering on YouTube by a small audience, but through that small audience, you've had a relatively successful video. So yeah, really well ranked, great tags, and just look at how specific they are. How to transfer files from your PC to your NVIDIA Shield, transfer files from your PC to your NVIDIA Shield, transfer files to NVIDIA Shield over network. Really specific keywords repeated over and over again, and it's absolutely nailed it for this video. And hopefully, if this video, this one will rank at the top. If the NVIDIA Shield continues to be popular, I think it's a bit of a dying console now. But maybe if you'd done this video when the NVIDIA Shield first came out, it may have tens of thousands of views at this point. So yeah, Pam's saying, these are the specifics I'm always hollering about. Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a video, I've done a deep dive video on this. It's coming out very soon, all about really specific keywords. Yeah, fantastic tags. Tags are so difficult and sometimes... So the Klaus says, tags are so difficult and sometimes become an afterthought for me as I'm ready to post my video. So this is a lesson to you that the videos on YouTube do not end with the rendering of a video. That probably takes 80 to 90% of the time, but then the optimization of your content, which may take 10% of the time, is just as important. The problem is people spend 1% of their time optimizing the content. So this is an excellent example of when you should optimize it. Now, yeah, again, just to stress, these ranks here, they're probably not searched that much, but let's do a search for, I'll just do a search for transfer files NVIDIA Shield, and fingers crossed. So I don't think this necessarily comes up on his tags, but because it's all connected, there we are, second in the list. There we go. And just think, if this super user, if you did this video a year ago, you could have been up there with like 50,000 views. So again, one of these really niche topics that small channel creators find and then try and dominate, and that's what's happened here. Excellent example. And if you could all do that with all of your videos all of the time, you'd all grow much quicker, but I do know how difficult that is to do. So that is our channel review of Super User Tech there. Thank you very much for everybody who's contributed to the live stream today. And I just want to hang around a little longer, another 5-10 minutes, because I just want your feedback on this new layout. I really would appreciate it. This is still very much in the works, but regular followers will know that I recently got a new computer, which has allowed me to do things which don't grind to a halt. So I've also taken some people's advice, and this is now on Streamlabs OBS. Still working out a couple of kinks, such as the audio not quite right. The desktop audio is not working for some reason. But you saw in the top left-hand corner there some of the pop-ups coming for new subscribers and stuff. So yeah, do let me know if you like this. And of course it's in 1080p as well. We've upped the output here. So Mario Monti, new layout is fine, but I had to force high res as it keep getting kicked out. Okay, so does the higher resolution cause issues for you viewers? Do let me know there. Thank you, Nerd Schmerd. You like the new layout? The audio, just need to fix the audio. Absolutely, yeah. I'm not sure why the recording level is really low for some reason, and the Streamlabs doesn't allow me to up it, so I need to work out how to do that outside of Streamlabs maybe. Good, thank you. A lot of people down with the new layout, and I do promise you this is going to get better. I'm going to start adding new effects, such as sound effects and new transitions. But yeah, it looks as if you are all generally enjoying this new layout, so you'll definitely see something along these lines in the future when I can tweak it a little bit more. So thank you very much, as always, for joining this live stream here on Mondays as opposed to Tuesday. Next week, regular service will be resumed. We'll do a channel review live stream on Tuesday, and it will be for the regular 2 hours. Sorry, I had to cut this one a little bit short, but I hope you enjoyed it. And even if you weren't able to get your channel review today, you took some of the advice from the other channels that have been on, and you can apply them to your own. And if you do keep coming back to these live streams, I hope that you will be eventually be picked. The Doberman guy is always keeping an eye on people who are repeat visitors to the live stream. And yeah, I know that Super User Tech has been in several of these live streams, and it was his chance today to get his channel reviewed. So yeah, hopefully if you do carry on visiting, you will get your channel review. As always, folks, enjoy the rest of your video making day, and we'll see you all again soon. All I got to do now is find the stop end stream button in this new program. Take care.